Hi, it's Linda from The Joy of Adulting. And if you are finding it hard to make friends as an adult, first of all, you are not alone, and this video is for you. When life gets messy and you go through a breakup or you lose a job, it's often your friends that you go to first. And as we get older, for some reason, the friendship gets to the bottom of the priority list, and things like career, maybe romantic relationships, or other things take over. With friends, we might tell each other, hey, we should catch up soon. And then 1 year later, nothing happens. We have all gone through this. No one really tells you how lonely adulthood could be. And it's not because it's your fault, but it's because we were not taught how to make friends outside of school and work, and how to build our own little tribe and community as an adult. On my channel, I am passionate about teaching everything I wish school taught us, including relationships, adulting, finance, investing, all of the stuff that no one taught us growing up. So if you're into that, don't forget to click subscribe to support my channel. Today, I really want to share my top advice on how to make real, meaningful, long-term friendships as an adult. As kids, it's so different. I remember my sister telling me how her and her best friend became friends was literally in elementary. I can't remember what grade they were, maybe grade 2, 3, or 4. She literally asked my sister, will you be my friend? My sister said yes, and they became best friends. No overthinking, no conversations like, what do you do for work? It was so much easier as kids. But as you get older, it just feels like everyone's so busy. We're on our own schedule, we're on our own routines, we have our own priorities, and over time, the friendships slowly disappear. One of the biggest things is we fear rejection a lot more as we get older. As a kid, you wouldn't even question asking someone if they want to be your friend. You just ask them. But as an adult, you start having thoughts like, well, do they even like me? Am I being too much? What if they already have enough friends in their lives? Do I fit in? So then we end up not really doing anything at all. But here's the thing I realize. Everyone craves connection, especially in the post-pandemic world. We all crave a deeper connection. And have you ever noticed that you like people who like you? If you reverse this and you show someone that you care about them, that you make them feel seen and heard, and express that you enjoy their presence, they will like you more because you like them. It's really funny because when I was younger, I am still a people pleaser. I'm still working on my people pleasing tendencies. But when I was younger, I was always just trying and compromising myself so that everyone will like me. We're all in our heads so much. But if you want people to like you, you have to like people. I know. It seems so simple, doesn't it? Like people, then they'll like you back. The next thing I want to talk about is probably one of the hardest things to figure out. It's really easy to think about what benefits us, what's in it for us. Why is this friendship worth it in our lives? But if we keep having this mindset, friendships start to be too transactional. Almost like we're expecting something when we haven't really shown up first. I know this one is cheesy, but you have to try to be the person that you'd want to be friends with. Maybe you're looking for a friend who will check in with you more. Maybe you want someone to remember the small details about you, or someone that can listen and ask you good questions. And you gotta ask yourself, are you doing that to the people around you, for the friends that you have around you? Are you showing up in those ways? I have to say that I am so lucky to have the people I do in my life who have taught me so much about friendship. And if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have had these skills. So I hope that these things that I've learned I can pass on to you, and that you can bring it on, and it's like this positive dominoes effect of friendship. Be a good friend, and they will also be better friends to their friends. People can feel when energy feels warm, safe, genuine. And I really think that the core of friendship is being able to have that genuine care for someone else. Now, have you ever met someone and thought, wow, I would love to be friends with them. They seem so cool. And then nothing happened. This has definitely happened to me many times when I'm going to different parties or events or classes. I would meet them once and think they're awesome and then never see them again. Either I would be too shy to take initiative and ask for their contact information, or I have thoughts like, do they even like me? Are they too busy? But over time, I realized we can be intentional with friendships, similar to how we can choose and decide who we want to date in romantic relationships. We can be intentional with the people we want to be friends with. The best tip I have for developing natural, authentic, real friendships is to go to something regularly. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whether it's a volleyball program, a meetup group, a run club, whatever thing that you genuinely enjoy doing. Don't just go there to make friends, but go there because you love that. And as a result, you might meet some cool friends. And the more regularly you go, I think familiarity is really important. And I took a lot of courses on marketing, and it's the same thing, right? The more familiar you are with something, the more you will trust it. So a lot of brands will try to put their ads out there so that when you go to a supermarket and you see the item, you're like, out of all these ones, this one looks, for some reason, you're most attracted to it. It looks the most familiar, and then you choose it. So going back to friendship, the more you see their faces multiple times, the more they see your faces multiple times, over time, you develop trust because you get comfortable with seeing each other. And then after the class, whatever program that you decide to join, you can say, hey, you want to grab some food after this? Remember, familiarity builds trust. I remember when I was younger and being really scared to ask someone to hang out. It was this big dramatic thing. I would think things like, is this too random? Is it too soon? What if they don't feel the same way? There are so many parallels to friendship and romantic relationships. I think if you can make and maintain long friendships, you probably have the same skills as to be able to get into long-term romantic relationships. Taking initiative is scary. Again, as an adult, we start to fear rejection. There's so many reasons why someone might not be able to go to the event and other things like that. So be proud of yourself for being the one that's brave. A really simple way to ease into asking someone to hang out is if you know an event that's coming up or something that you're interested in to go to and you're going to go anyways, and you think that friend might be interested, you can say something like, hey, I'm going over to this event. You're welcome to join if you'd like. I think you'd have a fun time, but no worries if you're not free or you don't want to. I really like this method because it's casual, low pressure, and if they can't go, it's fine. You were going to go anyways. The next part I want to talk about is a little bit about maintaining that connection once you've built a bit of a connection with someone. Maybe you've met someone, maybe you hung out once. But then as you know, as adults, life gets busy. And that's fair. We all get busy. Maybe it becomes a long time until you talk to that person, and slowly no one really follows up, and eventually that friendship disappears. And sometimes that's fine. If we're all busy, we can only have so much capacity to have a certain amount of people in our lives. But if you want to maintain the friendship, a simple way to have that connection still there while you're both really busy is to send them a quick message whenever you think of them, whether there was something you saw at the store that reminded you of them, or was like a meme or just a random thought. Just be like, hey, I saw this and it reminded me of you. And those simple, small moments can really make a difference, especially when both of you are really busy. It could just be like, hey, I saw this podcast. I thought it was a really good episode. Feel free to check it out. Any little touch points throughout the weeks when you're both really busy can help to maintain that connection. Another bonus tip for someone maybe you want to be really close to the next level is keeping track of things that are important to them or things that you know about them. For example, their favorite drink. If they say something about something they love, maybe it's an idea that you can write down on your notes so that if their birthday's coming up, you can go back to that list and be like, oh yeah, they love this. Maybe I'll grab them this. Or even things like their travel dates or where they're going. You can write that down and be like, oh yeah, they're going to Italy in March. I'm going to wish them a good time or catch up with them after their trip to see how things are going. Now, this is like the next level if you want to develop a deep connection with them. Now, I learned this from my friends. I wouldn't say I'm the best person at keeping in touch, but I have some friends that are so good at this, and I learned that from them. They're keeping track of, important things in your life that they want to hear about. And again, they express interest in getting to know what's going on in your life. And that is part of friendship, knowing what's going on in each other's lives. And there's different levels of friendship. Not every friend has to get to that level. But if you do want to develop those deeper relationships, then that's something that might help. Making friends as an adult can be awkward a little bit, could be a bit vulnerable. And every attempt might not end up in a long-term relationship. But when you do find your people, it is so worth the effort. Remember to start where you are. Maybe you are just working on giving people eye contact and a friendly hello. Maybe you want to challenge yourself to be the first one to initiate and introduce yourself at an event or at a party. To summarize this video, the tips I talked about is 1, learn to genuinely like people and they will likely like you back. 2, think about what a really good friend looks like and try to be that person. 3, find something that you enjoy that you can regularly go to. Because remember, familiarity creates trust and can possibly result to friendships. 4, challenge yourself to invite someone to something you're already going to. 5, if you ever think about someone or something reminds you of someone, let them know right away. And let me know in the comments below, what is the hardest thing about making friends as an adult? And if you have some tips to share, I would love to hear them. Now, if you like this video, you'll probably like my playlist over here of things I wish I knew in my 20s and 30s. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.